from TMB, and I'm just about to pour some baits, so I thought I'd go live here and show you guys how we do it. So I'm going to do one of our newest color combinations. It's extremely popular since we brought it out probably about a month and a half ago. It's Fire Goby. So we have a brown back with a red belly, and we've got our two most popular baits here, our custom mold set up. We've got our 2-inch mayfly and the mini version of it, the 1.3-inch mini mayfly. So we've got our plastic all heated up here. I'm gonna put the mask on. You won't be able to hear me, but I'll explain everything I'm doing after, and I'll show you the whole process. So here we go. Gotta put the mask on, safety first. Okay. We've got our red, it's going to be the belly. And then we got our brown, which is going to be the back. Okay, now that we've got the plastic shot into the mold, give it about 30 seconds or so to cool down enough that we're able to remove it from the mold. But in the meantime, I'll show you how it works here. So we have our dual injector set up here. But the cool thing about the injectors system I use the Bass Tackle injector system. So they're really versatile, so you can have them apart like this, and you can have two single injectors. So if I'm doing some panfish baits or whatever, and it doesn't require, the dual color or, enough volume to fill the mold, I'll use just a single one. But then you can just grab a little connector piece, and you can, here, I don't know if I can angle this down here. Let's see. Angle it. There we go. So you do the little connector piece on them, and you can turn them into a dual injector system. So you just close this up here like that, and then you take off the little end knob and slide it into here, and then put the knob back on, and you just turned your two single injectors now into another double injector. So when I have lots of baits lined up here, I'll have both setups going as the dual injectors. And then what the dual injectors need is this mixing plate. So here's another, I've got two setups. So here's the mixing plate opened up. So basically you've got your dual injector that fits in here like that, and then it's obviously going this way. And then that's how it mixes your two colors into one that's big enough to fit. So when you close this up, and you have it close up like that, so see, you're basically the same size as the injector that fits in the top of the molds like that. So it takes your two colors, connects them into one, and that's what it gives you the dual color. So now that we've let it sit, I'll move this a little bit closer here. Let's take the baits out. And we can show you the finished product. And like I said, since releasing this color, this has been one of our most popular colors over the winter. So it's our Fire Goby. So once we peel it out here, you can see we've got the brown on the back. But then you flip it over, and we've got the red as the fire belly. So brown back, red belly. Awesome color combination. And you just repeat the process. So now that the mold is empty, we'll empty the other one here. Close the mold back up. And it's ready to be shot again once you put your clamps back on. And then we put our mixing block here on top of the mold like that. And then we'll grab the plastic out of the microwaves again and shoot them again. And here it is in the mini. So there is the brown back and the red belly. So we'll get these all set up and we'll shoot them again. Get those out of there. Clamps back on. All right, and we're ready to go again. Grab the plastic, give it a quick stir, make sure everything's nice and mixed, get the flakes all spread out and not sunk. They tend to sink to the bottom very slowly, so give it a quick stir there. Make sure your injectors are clean. Suck it up. You want to burp it to get any of the excess air that's in the injector out. Put it up onto the mixing block. And just push down and inject the plastic into the mold. And hold pressure for a few seconds. Make sure all the cavities fill up nice. And repeat. There we go. The excess plastic back in. Throw it back in the microwave, heat it up, and then you just keep going. So then we have to take the finished baits and hang them up. We have a drying wall right behind us here. Sorry, I've got this thing angled down. So we'll just hang them up on our drying wall here. And then we let the baits cure for at least 24 hours. So we'll shoot them the one day, and then the following day we'll package them up and everything. But that's the process in making a dual colored bait, and specifically our dual colored fire goby mayflies and mini mayflies. So once again, the most satisfying part is seeing the finished products come out of the molds. You see the brown back, red belly. Absolute dynamite color combination. Our mayfly molds, the custom mayfly molds here, our production molds, they have, I believe, 16 cavities in each. And we run 2 of those. So they're pretty detailed molds. They took quite a while to machine out. Especially this one though, the mini mayfly. It's the exact same thing as this one, the 2-inch, but it's just a mini version of it. And the CNC machinist, we actually had to order in special bits and special tools for him to actually make this mold, just because it was such a fine bait in order to cut out. But these ones, what do they have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So these have 24 in each shot. So we're shooting 48 mini mayflies at a time. And 32 of the mayflies at a time. Look at that. Brown back, red belly. Just dynamite. That's how we make our plastics in a nutshell. But people are always asking about the dual color baits, how you get them, how you get that, you know, that perfect line right through the middle where the top's one color and the bottom's the other color. But basically it was using those tools. So like I showed before, you take your two colors. Oh, there. This actually shows it perfectly. So you take your two colors from the dual injector, put it into the mixing plate, takes them down into the one small enough size to fit in top of the mold. Shoot the mold, let it cool. They come out like this. Hang them up on the wall to cure. And then the next day, we'll take them. Do we have any packages out here? Oh. Okay. So the next day we'll put our branding and our packaging on it, put some stickers on it, and she's good to go. Thank you very much for tuning in, and hopefully you learned a few things on how we make some baits around here at True North Baits, and looking forward to the next one. Take care, guys.